and you can't move.
Okay, I'm not moving.
Do not move your head.
Okay, then I'll get out so you guys have some
So
time.
there's a certain drawback
To doing this.
to not being able to move
Well,
your
it
head.
gives me posture.
And
I can
conducting
balance
movement.
plates on my
I know,
head.
but you can't even lean forward in interest.
No.
You have to sort of stay back.
I'm interested, but I can't move. William Shatner?
It belies nonverbal communication.
This is true. William Shatner, how are you?
I'm so well. What about yourself?
Look, what do people call? I'm great. What do they call you? William, Bill, Shat, the
Bill,
Shat?
yeah.
What do you prefer?
My wife just coined. I'm doing a cross Canada tour, a one-man show, opening in Toronto. I can come from Winnipeg on Thursday night, and Montreal, and may do it in the States. And she's coined Shat Tours. So I'm in the middle of a Shat tour.
You Twitter that so that no one else can use it. You need to do that.
Oh, is that right? You Twitter and nobody else can use it?
Because you did it first.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the poor man copyright, the new version of the
No,
poor
I
man
didn't know that.
copyright.
Are you serious?
Yeah, it's.
We'll have to talk about that off camera.
Absolutely. I've never met
You
anyone.
can't get off camera with you.
No, I'm a little starstruck because I'm a huge fan of yours.
Oh, that's.
I think that you're not only a phenomenal actor, person, but you're so down to earth and genuinely nice.
Oh my goodness.
Which is so great.
Thank you so much. It's the nicest compliment.
But you have a CD, you've had books, you've done TV,
Yes.
you've done show. How do you even have time for your wife? You're so busy.
Well, she's right beside me, as you see. We cling to each other. Well, actually, that's true. In the interest of not losing sight of each other, she's with me almost everywhere. She's on the tour with me. And so we go to these strange cities, strange hotels, have that adventure, are fatigued and angry with each other because we're so tired.
Yeah.
Realize that we're tired, need to rest, find a day to rest, have the joy of renewal. So it's all sort of interesting from that point of view. The book Shatner Rules and the record Seeking Major Tom. When I was working on it all this past year, I was thinking, since you want to get close to the Christmas time selling period, that wouldn't it be fun if we brought them out on the same day?
Because a lot of people said you're crazy for doing that because you're going to do a book tour, you're going to do a CD tour, you're going to burn out.
Well, no, the reason for not doing it would be people would be overwhelmed and they wouldn't know which to buy and something would suffer.
We should do a combo pack where you shrink wrap them together.
What an interesting idea, come to think of it. But the Dutton, the publisher, decided to go a week earlier with the book. So essentially it's coming out at the same time. At that very moment, we thought the one-man tour would work.
Yeah.
I had done it in Australia. We thought, let's do it. And so it wasn't quite planned, but there it was at the same time.
Yeah.
And this DVD, The Captains, which is out there now, is the result of having shown this film called The Captains on Canadian television, in American television, and now the CD is in Canada and will eventually make its way to America. So some was planned, some by happenstance. The month of October and the beginning of November is all this work is
The month of Shat.
It's fruition. It's a Shat month.
Now, the one thing I wanted to ask you, William Shatner, is you do a lot of the fan expo things where you go around, you meet your fans and stuff like that.
I don't do a lot, but I do some.
You've been to Toronto.
Yes.
And I find that, there are some stars who shouldn't be doing this. You, of course, I think it's totally fine. What are your thoughts on...
Why would you think somebody shouldn't be doing
Well, let me here's the question.
Yes.
Here's the question.
Yes.
Charging for autographs and pictures.
Yes.
There was this big story where, it's dirty, people shouldn't do it. What are your thoughts on that? Like, why do people do that?
Why it's dirty because you're asking the fan to pay for an autograph.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, there is a great deal of argument to be made for that. That you're saying to your fan, you want an autograph, pay for it. I hadn't heard that controversy, but you could make a very strong argument that you're right, and they shouldn't have to pay for it, and they should get it as a result of being a fan. Will you sign my book? And you sign it.
Yeah.
The other part of that equation is frequently, if not mostly, not always, but frequently. Let's go with that. Where
Yeah.
you find it on sale for a price on wherever you sell those things.
eBay or whatever.
Right.
Yeah. Oh,
So-
I see. So it's a way of.
Well, you're saying so the guy says, "I'm a fan of yours. I'd like to have your autograph." You say, "Hey, great!" You sign it, and the next moment they've turned around, and while they're walking away, they're texting or whatever you do, putting it on eBay. So that's the other part of the equation. So I don't know what the moral thing to do is.
This is exactly it. I mean, there's really, but the point you made makes complete sense. I never thought of that.
Well, that's what I think of. So I'm
Smart.
thinking, why, it's not. And so when people ask me for autographs, I don't sign autographs as a rule.
We're sharing some good ideas back and forth.
I
here,
think so.
Yeah.
I don't know whether this. I hadn't heard that there was a fuss made about it, but I totally agree with it.
Yeah.
It's shameful in a way. I'm embarrassed.
Don't be.
No, but I don't mean that facetiously. I mean it truthfully. That from my core, there's an embarrassing thing about somebody saying, "I adore you. I really." Part of this Star Trek thing is a mythology. Mm-hmm. There's the mythology of Star Trek involved in our culture. Okay, I directed another documentary on this very subject. Who goes to these conventions? I did a documentary from the conventioneers' point of view. Why are you coming to a convention? What are you doing?
Is that the one with the guy from Super Size Me? Because he also did one about conventions and stuff. Did you guys work together on that?
No.
Or?
I'm calling it Fanatics.
Yeah.
And I've done a lot of interviewing of people who have stories about why they go.
Yeah.
And I've found a deeper meaning in those conventions, mythological. The captains of those iterations of Star Trek are the heroes. By asking for an autograph, by buying memorabilia, and wearing the wardrobe is participation in the mythology, in the ritual of the mythology, which has been done through all of history and probably before.
It's a really neat thing to see. And before we run out of time, I want to talk about your book a little bit. And is it
Shatner
true?
rules.
And you can see it behind you on the HEADCAM right there.
Fantastic.
You got kicked off Facebook? I love that.
Well, I got kicked off Facebook because they couldn't believe that I was participating in Facebook as I was, because I recognize, as so many younger people do, the advance made in communication. Well, it's both an advance and not, but like that other discussion we had, the other discourse we have, is Facebook and is texting and all these electronic communications. Are they in advance, or are they step backwards in communication? You can say you texted "I love you."
Yeah.
I love you is cold. I mean, I love you.
Yeah.
If you hear the voice and it says "I love you,"
Oh, we don't speak anymore.
that's it.
People don't speak
exactly.
anymore, William.
So
it just doesn't
thank
happen.
the Lord that you have the HEADCAM taking pictures, but also you're hearing the warmth of the voice, the colors of the
That
words.
hot, sexy voice of yours.
Well, I modestly lower my eyes.
Now, you are somebody that I love the fact that you follow the news. You know what's going on. And you're of an ilk where celebrity status, where you're down to earth and you're famous for the many things that you've done. It seems as though celebrity has taken a turn in the wrong direction, where we have somebody being famous because they said they have a child from Justin Bieber, where somebody's famous because they're getting...
somebody said that, hasn't he?
Yeah, today.
Yeah, I know. Is he denying that?
He's denying it.
Well, Herman Cain is denying sexual harassment too.
And Kim Kardashian's divorce.
And Kim Kardashian's getting divorced after getting married so soon.
Yeah, and I mean, you're with your beautiful wife for so long and stuff, but it just seems as though celebrity is not interested in the talent. They're now interested in all of the headlines and what's going on. And I mean, you're a great person to ask about what happened.
It's probably, well, each case is different, but in some of the things we've just talked about, I think there's a there's a plot afoot to either make money or to gain fame or to bring someone down. I think there is more to these things than just, oops, I made a mistake, I'll keep the money and run.
And then so it's all about, and I think Twitter and Facebook's to blame as well. Let's end on a
They can sell things.
yeah. Let's end on a I lean forward. I shouldn't. Let's end on a fun note with your new CD. You sing so well. What's your shower song?
My shower song.
Yeah.
I'm going to wash this man right out of my hair is probably my song.
Well, how's that go? I was hoping you'd pick one where we could sing together.
No, we can't. There isn't enough marble here for reverb whereby you can't hear your own voice. Look, let us settle the matter right here and now on your HEADCAM.
Yes.
Okay, ready?
Yeah.
I can't sing,
Yeah.
but I have a feeling for words, and that's what I try. So in Seeking Major Tom, the musicians, these 20 of the greatest musicians alive today, are on this record. They keep me musical.
Yeah.
I am an actor performing the songs as an actor would.
Thank you so much.
You're very welcome.